A Look at Seniors is underwritten with the generous support of Judson Meadows, caring for you, and respite stays available too. And The Mortgage Place offers low rates, a wide variety of programs, expert advice, and exceptional service. We can meet with you in person to tailor your mortgage.
I'm Tim Bartos, and I'm here at Judson Meadows, and I'm talking with Ruth about the importance of pet visits.
Pet visits are wonderful. It's one of the things that brings our residents the most joy. There's nothing like the unconditional love of a pet jumping up in someone's lap and bringing a smile to their face. It's fantastic.
And we love our pet visits and welcome them with open arms. Judson Meadows, an assisted living community, the art of aging well.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, as we announced last week, for the next couple of months, we're going to be delving into all things related to issues related to seniors. And joining me every week is Lois Celeste. Now, she's the Executive Director of the Saratoga Senior Center. Welcome back, Lois.
Thank you. Good
Very
to be
nice
back.
to have you here. How's your back?
Back is doing much better, thank you.
Good, okay. It's winter time, so, you know, a lot of us are susceptible to the old slip in the ice. Last week we started to touch overall on, this is a very vast topic. There are a lot of details concerning the issues that seniors face and the solutions to a lot of the problems that they face. Seems to me that the key to a lot of this, and we'll be touching on this over the next weeks, is the move from independence to dependence. It could be for any number of different reasons. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's permanent, but it certainly seems to be central to a lot of the things that we're going to be talking about, right?
I think so. I think we see it all the time, and it's scary.
What contributes to that?
Anything could. You know, you could get sick. It's harder to recover. Wintertime, a slip in the ice like you talked about. Yeah. You know, so many reasons. Lack of transportation, not being able to drive anymore for one reason or another. Health reasons, sight. There's so many reasons for one person to become somewhat dependent or need to be dependent on someone else. You know, for so many years they've been independent.
Right.
And they don't want to give up their dependency.
And you know what, as we were saying before, it could be sudden too. You know, it could be a fall, right? All of a sudden, one day, everything is just fine. You know, just think about it, if your back goes out. You know, all of a sudden you're walking, you're fine, and then all of a sudden you're not. You know, it could be financial. Something could come in that way, right?
Absolutely.
You get sick.
And it can change everything. It can change the housing situation, your ability to afford what you need next, transportation, all of those. Every part of your life is affected based on maybe some simple change of circumstance.
And one thing that I think everyone is kind of, you know, fearful of is the fact that once you might be dependent for any of the reasons that you just mentioned, that it's permanent, and it's not. And you know, you made a point to me a number of times that it's not about becoming dependent, it's about maintaining your independence in varying situations depending on what the circumstances are. You've got a very innovative program.
Sure.
Talk to me about this.
We launched a program last year called Community Connections. And the goal really is to keep people independent as long as we can, but give them help if they need it. So Community Connections is a volunteer match program, and you match a senior in need, whatever that is, transportation, somebody to go to the market, maybe handyman, drive to the doctor's appointment, or physical therapy, something small but needing, and caregiver support. It matches the volunteer with the senior in need, kind of builds a friendship as well.
Yeah, of course it does.
And it gives them still a little independence to be able to age in place, keep going with the way things always have been, but with a little bit of support.
You know, you have a lot of experience with this. Where did that program have its roots?
So there's a program in southern Saratoga County as well called Care Links. They've existed for 19 years. They've been doing this for a while. It works. We saw a gap in service. We always see little gaps in services and needs. You know, folks who have been independent for so long and then now all of a sudden need some kind of support. And you reach out to the agencies that exist that are tremendous, but maybe they're not all there. So we developed this in conjunction with the Office for the Aging and Care Links, and we launched it last February. We've matched well over 130, 40 seniors in need already
Wow.
with volunteers. Yeah, it's tremendous. So the idea is, again, keep them independent through this program. Big piece, though, is needing volunteers.
Yes, of course, sure. Now, it's not only in Saratoga. You were mentioning to me, too, like in Warren County, I believe there's a Conklin Center, right?
Yeah.
But there are a lot of grassroots, little villages sort of participating in this, right? I just think it's really wonderful because there's a sense of connection there. You were saying this. You know, if somebody does fall, if somebody does get sick, if they run into financial problems, they feel alone. You know, that whole idea that the volunteer that you just said becomes a friend to this person is part of that outreach, isn't it?
It's incredible. It's a great relationship that develops, and actually they kind of contact each other at a certain point when they need things. But yeah, there's a number of other little programs and support systems in neighborhoods and in housing sites and things like that for folks too.
You know, so if you're feeling this yourself, or if you're the child of someone that you know is going through this, you know, the Senior Center in Saratoga can be that center place to go. You can contact them and you can help them through your own innovative programs, but also maybe connect them to another organization that might be more convenient for them or whatever the situation might be, right?
We refer out, we work closely within the senior organizations and population. We try to stay on top of the services that are out there and refer out all the time. Nobody wants to duplicate. We just want to help seniors.
I think this is a lead into our next segment, right? Our next segment is we're going to deal with Alzheimer's Association. We have a guest. Part of this independence can be really threatened by this disease, right?
Yeah, oh, very much. Changes everything. Changes housing, changes all parts. But again, trying to come up with some innovative ways to keep people more connected is really important.
Now, you have another innovative program that we're going to talk about in that segment, right?
It's called Memory Cafe.
Memory Cafe.
And we're launching it in February.
Just give us just a quick overview on Memory Cafe.
Memory Cafe is a program that one of my interns brought to me, and it actually is bringing caregivers and the person in need or experiencing early Alzheimer's dementia together in a very social situation.
Boy, you know what?
Non-threatening.
Again, that's all part of that outreach. The word caring always just seems to be centered to all of this, right? That there are very structural needs that somebody that's, you know, has to face, but the whole idea that they could reach out and actually have a connection to someone, right?
And I think it's in every community there's some programming. There's
Right.
some programming. It's finding who and just calling and reaching out to them, getting connected.
Got it. Great, Lois. Thank you. Again, just for our viewers, you can reach out to the Saratoga Senior Center. This program is called Community Connections, and it will help if you know someone. You might be in a situation yourself. It might be a parent, might be a relative. Reach out to the Senior Center. Lois, thanks very much for coming in, and we'll see you next week, and the topic is going to be Alzheimer's.
Thank you.
Good. To see this interview again, you can head to our website, LookTVonline.com.